This program is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
Hello, everybody. You can go lay down. My dog's being crazy. So, this is probably horrible lighting, but I am just going to be unboxing a game that I got in the mail today while I am waiting for my computer to finish uploading a couple videos. So, let's get into it. Today, I received Raise Your Goblets, the limited edition. I got this right from the designer because I previewed what this was before. This was actually called Toast. And Toast has become one of my friend's favorite games. This is such a weird angle, but I'm like on my coffee table and I just don't feel like clearing off my big table to do a full-on unboxing. So, hello, one viewer. I don't know who you are because I didn't pump up a thingy. But anyways, we're going to be opening this up and having a look at it here. I'm just going to get the plastic off first because that's just the boring part. Now I do want to thank Tim Page for sending this out to me. He contacted me last week, and was it last week or was it earlier this week? I don't know, but this came really, really fast all the way from England. So I really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and flip thine camera so that you can see what I see here. So here it is, Raise Your Goblets limited edition. So this is a really nice black box edition. I don't remember what the other edition looked like. Show you the back of it here. Raise Your Goblets, the game of toasts, poisons, and flawless etiquette for 2 to 12 mischievous players. So that is pretty cool. Now this is put out by Horrible Games and Cool Mini or Not. I didn't know Cool Mini or Not had their hands in this one. They must be the United States or the North American distributor for this, because I believe Horrible Games is overseas in jolly old England. So if you haven't seen my preview for Toast before, yes, well, this is Toast. This is the new version of it. Excited. So this is for 14 and up, but you can probably play with younger players, though I think maybe it's some of the text on the cards might be a little bit more complicated. Plus, it's all about drinking, so maybe you do want to play with some older kids. 2 to 12 players and plays in about 30 minutes. Depending on the number of players, you can play this game in a lot shorter of a game. So, let's see here. Well, there's actually a warning here saying not intended for use of persons 13 years of age or younger. Probably because it's a drinking game, technically. But anyways, so here we go. Let's go ahead and pop the lid off of here. Sorry for the funky angle there. So there's the inside of the lid. Boring. Okay. So we have here, looks like some of my tokens escaped, but that is fine here. So trying to get stuff so it doesn't fall out here. Well, we have our instructions here. So let's see here. Raise Your Goblets menu. Okay. So it's showing all the fun components we have here. You know what? Let's just skip the rule book right now and see here. So in the game that I had before, what you had were you had napkins. Where with this now, looks like you have little player screens. So this will tell you some stuff about the game, give you little hints about how to do certain things. Don't quite know what all the symbology is just yet, but I appreciate that. So you have a little hidey screen there So you're not playing with napkins instead, which are probably a little bit too hard to deal with. So you have quite a few of these here. Put those into the box here. And yes, some of our tokens have gotten free here. So we have little point tokens, I'm assuming, here. So nice shields, nice good cardboard there. Whoops, I'm dropping them on the floor. I don't want to drop them on the floor. Okay. So we have these here. And let's get some of these that were falling out. Now, this is the component I'm most excited for. So we have our lovely goblets. These are fantastic. I really like these. So the game that I played with just came with some cheap party. Did my video just stop? Okay, good. So we had some just like cheap party like wine glasses, just real plastic cheap ones, but they were black. So our complaint with them was that because they were a dark color, it sometimes made seeing the beads inside do something funky. I'm getting errors on my phone, so I don't know if this is actually working. But so these are some pretty nice goblets. Let me actually grab some beads here and see how they look inside the goblet there. So you have your different beads for wine and poison and whatever these are. So they have some pretty cool beads there. So let's just say all of those were into your goblet. And you know what? That's actually pretty easy to see. So you can tell which ones are the dark ones, which ones are the red ones, and which ones are the white ones. I think that makes it a lot easier to see those, because it was always quite funny when we're playing. We'd have to pull out our phones and have like little flashlights just so we could see inside the goblets to see everything in there. But I think that's pretty easy to see. Even in my bad light here, I can tilt this towards the regular light. It doesn't reflect too much. That was something I was a little worried about with the reflection there. So if you have your goblet up, you can't really see. I'll have to see how these are in regular light. But those are pretty cool. So let me just set that one off to the side here. So we have our big, giant thing of different types of beads here. There's a blue bead here, so I'm assuming that's like the deadly poison for the one character. So that's pretty cool. So we have, looks like 6 goblets. So maybe you play on teams if you're playing with 4 or playing with 12. That's interesting. Or maybe you just supply your own. So, we have cards here. And now this is pretty cool. This makes it so you can keep track of everything. You have these little rings here. So, sorry. I'm still here. I just can't get that open. Okay. So we have these rings here. And these rings, I'm not like on a table here. So it looks like the ring, bloop. You can put that onto a goblet there. I remember that there's a couple people that had abilities, at least previously, that they could move around the goblets. So I don't know if they actually switch the band colors or not. That's interesting. But that way you can, gives you a little bit more way of tracking the goblets as they move around the table, because they're switching and they're moving around, and you're trying to not be poisoned while trying to poison everybody else. So that's a pretty interesting little addition. So let's see if I can open up these cards one-handed. So far, I haven't been able to open up anything else. Yay! Thank you for having something easily to open with just one hand. So Lady Hemlock, I remember her. So you may peek into a goblet, not just your own. Let's see here. We have Marquise Belladonna. Once per course, you can demand that all the other players avert your eyes and swap or exchange the coasters of 2 goblets. So you can move the coasters of 2 goblets. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. Cardinal Arsenic. So, before drinking, you may remove 1 poison token from your goblet. If you do and you are still poisoned, okay, he's a new character there. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Do we have Focus? Focus! Okay, I don't know what happened there. Why have we lost focus? Let me tap on my screen here. There we go. Ambus Ramara? Count Edelborn? Let's see here. Dame Cassava? Handmaid? The art is so fantastic. I really love the art. Lord Quicksilver! We always do funky voices and stuff throughout the game, so. Chamberlain Cyanide. Oh, King Cobra. So during the toast, you may take 2 actions instead of 1, because, well, I'm the king, so of course I can. What's this card? That might be like a first player card. I don't know. Princess Zagania? Looks like. Grand Vizier Aspis. Captain Foxglove. Oh, we're going to have fun with this game. Squire Poldialum. So we have some pretty interesting things here. Master Mercury. I'm losing these cards here. But there is some fantastic artwork. I'm not going to go through all of them. And let's see here. Sorry, being a little crazy here. Doing this one-handed here. Looks like we have some kind of mystery cards here. Yeah, there's a lot more characters in here. They've really bumped it up, and I appreciate that, because some of those characters were getting a little stale. So now we have a lot more stuff. So we have like a poison cup here with a mystery background. We have a lot of cards here. So looks like a bunch of new additional rules here. So we got a bunch of those with those mystery cards here. And looks like we have a bunch of placard cards. These must be your target cards. So whichever background you have, these are the ones that you use to point at your opponent. So you will, say, I'm going to poison you, Lord blah blah blah, whatever your name is. So those are pretty cool. Let me actually, I've made a mess of this game. So let me just set that there and go back and dig out the instructions here, because I'm curious how this plays 12 players with only six things. So setting the table for 4 to 6 players, which is the basic game. Appetizers, main course. I like how it's just all set up as like a dinner party, not just a festive thing where you have wine. This is actually set to be a meal, so that is actually really cool. So we have the main course, and of course the toast is at the end. And let's see here. This is what I'm curious about. Wine tasters, 7 to 12 players. With more than 6 players, you play in pairs as a noble and their wine tester. Oh, this is very interesting. So, each pair is considered a single player with the exception of the noble and the wine tester. Each receive a character card. Oh. So, you can force your wine tester to well, test your wine. Oh, and that's what those other cards come into play. So you could have one of the wine tasters is a trader. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I really, really like that. Now I really want to play with a whole bunch of people. I never have that many people at one gathering, so that looks like a lot of fun. Oh, I really want to play with that. And let's see here, what else do they have? Looks like they have here, dessert to some game variants. So you can play with 2 and 3 players. That is fantastic. I wonder how a 2-player game would work with this. So, oh, you're going to have all 6 goblets. Oh, that is really, really cool. So, this is... Oh, and there's actually showing you what the different houses are. So if you really want to really get into the theme of the game, you can play and kind of play up the different houses that that you're playing in. That is really, really cool. So I'm just looking at everything here, checking out all of the cool stuff here. This is pretty neat. So that is Raise Your Goblets. And showing the side art on the box here. So this talks about the different types of things and giving you a little visual reference of how things work. Yes, here, drink this for me. So that is pretty cool. I would definitely suggest this game if you like party games, and especially if your group likes to role play and do those types of things. And let me just kind of throw this back in here. Brr! Oh, I've made such a mess of this. So anyways, that is Raise Your Goblets. If you backed this on Kickstarter, you should be getting yours very, very soon if you have not already received it. And again, I really want to thank Tim Page for sending this out to me. I really appreciate it. But this game looks fantastic. This one will be played very, very soon. I might even try the 2-player variant this weekend. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.